Ever wonder why a mighty empire that once ruled from England to Egypt, handling everything from gladiator matches to wild emperors, eventually crumbled like a soggy biscuit? Well, grab your toga and buckle up, because we're diving into the epic tale of how Rome went from ruling the world to barely managing its inbox. Get ready for drama, debauchery, and a lot of bad decision. 1. Political instability and leadership crisis. The Roman Empire's political system evolved from a republican structure to an imperial autocracy, where emperors wielded near-absolute power. Initially, the transition from republic to empire under Augustus brought stability after years of civil war following Julius Caesar's assassination. However, the imperial succession often became a source of instability rather than continuity. Succession was frequently marred by violence, with emperors assassinated or overthrown by ambitious rivals. The Praetorian Guard, tasked with protecting the emperor, sometimes played a pivotal role in imperial politics, often deposing emperors they deemed unfit or inconvenient. This instability led to frequent changes in leadership, undermining political coherence and administrative continuity. Fun fact about the political instability and leadership crisis of Rome. Did you know that during the year of the 5 emperors in 193 CE, Rome saw a rapid succession of emperors within a single year? This chaotic period started with the assassination of Emperor Pertinax, leading to a power struggle that saw 5 different emperors rise and fall in quick succession, each claiming the throne and facing challenges from rivals and rebellions. It was a turbulent time marked by political intrigue, military unrest, and shifting alliances, highlighting the volatility of leadership in ancient Rome. 2. Economic decline and financial exhaustion. Rome's economy, initially robust due to extensive agriculture, trade networks, and conquest-driven wealth, began to stagnate and decline over time. The empire's reliance on slave labor, while effective in agricultural production and construction, stifled technological innovation and limited economic diversification. Heavy taxation necessary to fund military campaigns, public infrastructure, and the lavish lifestyles of the elite burdened the economy and strained resources. The debasement of currency to finance these expenditures led to inflation and reduced purchasing power for ordinary citizens, exacerbating social discontent and economic instability. 3. Military challenges and external threats. Rome's military, once the envy of the ancient world with its disciplined legions and strategic prowess, faced mounting challenges by the 3rd century CE. The empire's vast borders stretched from Britain to Mesopotamia, requiring a substantial and well-funded military presence to defend against external threats and maintain internal security. However, as the empire expanded, recruiting and maintaining a professional army became increasingly difficult. Emperors struggled to raise sufficient funds for military pay and provisions, resulting in a reliance on mercenary forces and federated barbarian troops. These auxiliary forces, while providing short-term military strength, often lacked loyalty and discipline, contributing to internal conflicts and weakening the empire's defensive capabilities. 4. Social and cultural changes. Roman society underwent significant transformation as it expanded and assimilated diverse cultures and religions. The spread of Christianity, initially persecuted but eventually embraced by the state, challenged traditional Roman beliefs and social structures. The decline in civic virtue and the erosion of traditional values, exacerbated by economic inequality and political corruption, contributed to social unrest and undermined imperial unity. Did you know that Roman parties were so extravagant that they made modern-day parties look like quiet book clubs? Imagine toga-wearing Romans reclining on couches, feasting for hours, and debating philosophy kind of like a mix between a TED Talk and a food coma. 5. Administrative inefficiency and decentralization. As the empire grew in size and complexity, its administrative structure struggled to manage the diverse needs of its territories. Local officials, granted considerable autonomy to govern their provinces, often exploited their positions for personal gain. Corruption and bureaucratic inefficiencies undermined public trust in central authority and hindered effective governance. The decentralization of political power, coupled with regional autonomy and local military commands, further eroded imperial unity. Provincial governors and military commanders frequently asserted their independence, leading to fragmentation and the emergence of regional power centers outside Rome's control. 6. External invasions and frontier defense. By the 4th and 5th centuries CE, Rome faced increasingly frequent and severe invasions from Germanic tribes, such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Ostrogoths, as well as nomadic peoples like the Huns. These invaders, driven by population pressures, climate changes, and internal conflicts in their homelands, exploited weaknesses in Roman defenses and infrastructure. The empire's military, stretched thin and hampered by internal divisions, struggled to repel these incursions effectively. Major defeats, such as the sack of Rome by the Visigoths in 410 CE and by the Vandals in 455 CE, exposed the vulnerability of Rome's frontiers and undermined confidence in imperial authority. Did you hear about the Roman border guards who mistook a group of drunken goats for invading barbarians? It's true. Turns out, even goats can cause a stir in the mighty Roman Empire. Maybe they were just looking for a good vineyard to raid. 7. Decline of urban centers and economic vitality. Urban centers, once thriving hubs of commerce, culture, and political power, began to decline as the empire's economic and political stability faltered. The concentration of wealth and resources in the hands of the elite contributed to urban decay, with declining infrastructure, reduced public services, and social unrest. The decline of urban centers weakened the empire's economic vitality and administrative capacity, further eroding its ability to maintain order and defend its borders. Regional economies became increasingly self-sufficient, relying less on centralized trade and governance from Rome. 8. Collapse of the Western Roman Empire. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire formally came to an end when the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. This event marked the culmination of centuries of political, economic, and military decline. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, continued for another 1,000 years as the Byzantine Empire, preserving Roman traditions and institutions in the Eastern Mediterranean. And that, my friends, is the story of how Rome went from conquering nations to being the punchline of history's longest what not to do list. Remember, even the mightiest empires can fall, but at least Rome left us with some great pizza recipes and an enduring legacy of gladiator movies. So next time you're tempted to appoint your horse as consul, just remember, even emperors have bad hair days. And that wraps up our journey through Rome's rise and fall. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more ancient history deep dives. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll uncover the real reason why Caesar really wanted a salad named after him. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.